Mary Johnson had waited 43 years for this day. At 70 years old, the retired school cafeteria worker finally had enough savings to buy the diamond ring she'd admired for months. It wasn't for herself. It was for her granddaughter, who was graduating from college as the first doctor in their family. Mary walked into an upscale jewelry store wearing her Sunday dress and carrying a worn leather purse. The young saleswoman smiled. Before she could speak, the store manager stepped in. "I'll handle this one." His smile disappeared as he looked Mary up and down. "Can I help you?" "Yes, I'd like to see the diamond ring in the front display." He folded his arms. "Those rings start at $12,000. I know. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable looking at something less expensive." Mary remained calm. "I came for that ring." The manager laughed softly. Several customers turned to look. "I'm trying to save you from embarrassment." Mary slowly removed a cashier's check from her purse. "I already paid my bank." The manager barely glanced at it. "I'm going to need to verify this." Instead of calling the bank, he quietly called 911. Minutes later, 2 police officers entered the store. One officer approached Mary. "Ma'am, we've received a report about possible fraud." The entire store fell silent. Mary looked around as strangers stared at her. Then someone near the entrance quietly raised a phone. The recording had already begun. Officer Daniels politely asked Mary for identification. She handed him her driver's license and the cashier's check. Everything matched. Before he could finish checking, the manager interrupted. "I don't believe that money belongs to her." Mary looked him in the eyes. "What makes you think that?" He shrugged. "Experience." The word hung in the air. Customers exchanged uncomfortable looks. A young woman whispered, "Did he really just say that?" Outside, more people gathered as the livestream spread across social media. Comments flooded in. "Leave that grandmother alone." Officer Daniels received confirmation from the bank. "The check is authentic." The manager refused to back down. "Then maybe it's stolen." Mary's hands trembled, but her voice stayed steady. "I worked 40 years serving children in public schools. I earned every dollar." Just then, the front door opened. A tall man in army dress uniform stepped inside carrying a duffel bag. He had just returned home after nearly a year overseas. He smiled the moment he saw Mary. "Mom." Then he noticed the police, the manager, and the tears in his mother's eyes. His smile vanished instantly. The soldier walked straight to his mother. "Mom, are you okay?" Mary forced a smile, but Officer Daniels answered first. "We received a report that this cashier's check might be fraudulent." The man nodded calmly. "My name is Colonel David Johnson, United States Army." The manager rolled his eyes. "That doesn't change anything." David looked at him. "No. But facts do." He pulled out his phone and opened a news article. The headline read, "Local hero donates $500,000 military bonus to education fund." The article featured David and his mother. Mary had refused to let him buy the ring. She insisted on paying for it herself after saving for years. Officer Daniels read the article, then looked back at the cashier's check. Everything matched perfectly. The livestream chat exploded. The manager lied. He called the police because she's black. Then another customer stepped forward. "I've seen him do this before." An elderly black couple nodded. "He followed us around this store last Christmas." A former employee, who had been watching the livestream from home, posted screenshots of old complaints against the manager. Within minutes, local reporters arrived outside the jewelry store. The manager's face turned pale. For the first time all afternoon, he realized the entire country was watching. The jewelry company's regional director arrived less than an hour later. He watched the security footage himself. There was no fraud, no suspicious behavior, only an elderly woman treated like a criminal because of assumptions. The director turned toward the manager. "You're suspended immediately." Officer Daniels apologized to Mary in front of everyone. "I'm sorry this happened to you." David placed a hand on his mother's shoulder. "You taught me to wear this uniform with honor." He looked at the manager. "Honor begins with respecting people." The video reached millions of views overnight. Public pressure forced the company to launch a nationwide review of discrimination complaints. Several employees later admitted the manager had targeted black customers for years. He was fired. The company publicly apologized to Mary and introduced mandatory anti-bias training across every store. A week later, Mary returned. This time she was welcomed with applause from customers and staff. The director personally handed her the diamond ring. "It's an honor to serve you today." Mary smiled through tears. "This ring isn't valuable because of the diamonds," she said softly. "It's valuable because my granddaughter will know that dignity is something you never stop fighting for." The entire store stood and applauded as Mary walked out with her son, holding her head higher than ever before.